Hello. How's everybody doing? Okay, hey Miss J. Well,
Yes.
no, I guess I'm making sure that they can see what's going on. Maybe angle it a little. Maybe lower us a little. Angle us a little more. Just angle.
Angle. Okay.
Everybody knows this Evil Cake Genius spelled backwards, so I just want to be able to see the table a little better.
Like that?
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff right there. Hi, guys. Back for more, I see. Hello, everyone.
The Sugar Shop Home Bakery says hello.
Hello, Sugar Shop. Who's the one? That our Australia friend that sets her alarm for 3 a.m. to come meet us, to come listen to us. I'm giving a shout out to that person today because that's hilarious. Hi guys. Let's jump in. As many of you maybe, hopefully know, and would explain why you're back today, is yesterday we started all the stuff that we needed to make a 50th wedding anniversary for some amazingly dear friends of mine. And the only reason I'm doing a live is because neither one of them has an Instagram account, so they can't see this.
Lorraine Bell.
Okay, Lorraine Bell, my Aussie friend, if you're down there, shout out for setting your alarm for 3 a.m. to tune into these. We super love you, and I hope you're enjoying your shoe molds. And I think you need to get yourself, if I was that close, she needs to get herself to that little place where she can pet a quokka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
sure.
know what part of Australia she's from.
Like, ship me a quokka. That's, if you're, any of you Australian people, quokka, here. I'll get you the address. PM me. Okay. So anyway, so yesterday we started doing some of the accoutrements for the cake. It's going to be a champagne. We made the champagne bottle out of chocolate, and then we made these panels that look like wood grain. They're pretty cool. This one's even sexier. This one's got even a better knot. Ooh, look at that stuff right there. So we made those, and we're going to panel a buttercream cake with those fondant panels today. But first, I want to get one more little accessory to the cake done. So I want to give them a nod because it's their 50th, and so I used this here. It's just a normal chocolate mold to make some numbers, and I broke the 5, but that's okay because it's going to go on something else. So we're going to use a broken 5 because you know what? Probity's perfect. And this is just some yellow fondant. Cut it out. This is going to be a plaque that is going to go on the front of the cake to acknowledge that this isn't any old anniversary. This is a 50th anniversary. Don't know how people do that. I'm at 28. What are you at, Jenna?
4.
4. Baby steps.
4.5.
People ask me what's the secret to 28 years, and I said mutually assured destruction. I have to sleep next to him every night. He has to sleep next to me every night. So either one of us could just like wake up and smother the other with a pillow. So we know that. Therefore, you learn to get along. Get it? No, I kid. It's been very easy to be married to the captain. He is quite the fella. Okay, so we just cut this out. This is our oval plaque cookie cutter.
Just threw the link in there.
Annalise just put the link below. So we just cut a little piece of fondant. And then I'm going to mold. This is one of my favorites. If any of you guys look up, if you haven't seen them, oh my God, look up Bridgerton on our site and you'll see the Bridgerton cookies. This is one of the molds in the Bridgerton set. It's super, it's blowing out, but you can see it's that.
The Sugar Shop Home Bakery says she's at 48 years and he worked offshore. That's her secret.
Okay. See, that's, there you go. That's pretty good. 48 years.
And Addie's here.
Hi, Addie. Hi, Addie. Can any of you guys beat 48 years for an anniversary? It's been laid down now. Let's see if we can get anybody that can go more than that. Who was it? Sugar Shop?
That's Sugar Shop Home Bakery.
Sugar Shop Home Bakery is winning so far with the longest marriage. You know what? I'm going to have a prize at the end of this for longest marriage, and so far she's winning. Yeah, because I have a cool tool that I'm going to use that I'm going to give away. That's how we're going to give it away. Someone who's endured marital bliss for that long. So this is one of the ones that we use for the Bridgerton mold set. Annalise is going to put the link down there for it. She already did. And then this is chocolate paste. Easy. Chocolate, candy color, corn syrup. And it seizes up the chocolate and makes perfect clay. And I love to use this for intricate molding because I can chuck it in the freezer. It'll set up really nicely. But it's not as brittle as chocolate, and so that kind of wakes me up a little bit. Jenna's making a face. What are you making a face at?
We got a couple other ones. There's a 44.
44.
13.
Who's 44?
That is the Baroque Baker.
Baroque Baker.
Which is close.
Not
and then
Baroque Baker.
Somebody's Baroque. Somebody's 23, but then somebody said their grandparents made it to 80 years.
Wow, that's insane.
Remember my grandma said something like that at my wedding, like to make, I can't remember how many years they were married. And I was like, I would have to be like 110
Right,
to make that happen,
right.
Grandma.
I'm at 28 and we got married when we were like 7. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is our shiny as hell gold luster, and when you do it in this, now here's the deal. I want this to be like mega gold, and it does brush on fondant very nicely. But I'm gonna be handling it to put it on the cake, and so it would come off. It would leave fingerprints. So I'm gonna go to an airbrush color on this, but I want to show you this because this is how we did it on the Bridgerton cookies. If you don't want to have to airbrush anything, this is the best way to do this. You take our shiny as hell gold. Which, by the way, we have a new shiny as hell gold. This one, I like this one because it's a very muted, very subtle gold. And a lot of people were like that they wanted it to be more yellow, so we have a sunny gold now. So check it out. I know a lot of you guys love this stuff. So if you're looking for a yellowy gold, we've got a sunny gold now. So I'm just gonna brush this into the two pieces that I want. So this doubles as shininess and like a powder to release it. And then I'm just gonna take a tiny little bit of our chocolate paste. There is a recipe for chocolate paste on our site. It's on the landing page for cookie molds, for the cookie stamps.
What is, sorry?
She's over there playing like, what are you doing? Are you playing free cell over there?
Reading comments.
She's reading comments. She's working. We have the chocolate paste recipe.
Yes. It is on the landing page.
It's on our the cookie stamps, the cookie embosser landing page. So there is one on the site. You just have to look for the cookie embossers. So if you search cookie embosser, but don't hit enter. This is sneaky. This is a cool little like insider tip on our site. So if you go to the search bar and you search something, but you don't hit enter, things will come up, little suggestions will come up on the side, and some of them, the most important ones, aren't even like categories or products. They're it's called resources, and that's where you can get to the landing pages, and that's where I've got like all the videos for products that I've done and recipes and stuff like that. So if you type in
Annalise found it.
she found okay.
But now you know the sneaky
Annalise
tip.
is putting the link down there, but
But
it's
she
a
did find
sneaky,
it.
it's a sneaky top secret kind of thing. That's kind of fun to know. It's good. It's handy because we got lots of resources on there. Spend some time, guys. Dig around the site. It's kind of fun. I had somebody that I was talking to. She's having trouble with some stencil. I was talking her through it, and all of a sudden I said, "Well, you really should use." I can't remember what it was, but I mentioned something she should try, and she's like, "Oh, I usually I go to your site, I order the Gold Royal Icing Mix, and I'm done." I'm like, no, you have to browse. There's so many cool things on the site. Anyway, so I just see that it's all filled in now. I'm just gonna do one more. Go to the site and browse, people. I know you're afraid to because you're gonna spend all your money. I get it. I get it. We did that. Like, what was that? Like about a month ago, we did we did a treasure hunt. We'll have to do a treasure hunt again, where I put a free product somewhere on the site, and you have to I'm not gonna tell you where it is.
Mel Slim 4 said she was on our site for 2 hours.
Oh, I love you, Mel Slim 4. It is fun. There's lots of cool stuff, and the blog is good. It's nice. We got all sorts of cool, if you're looking for inspiration, if you're looking for ideas, the blog is good. I have the lookbooks that we do every season. I'm about to do the summer one. So we do a landing page that's lookbooks with all the stuff that you guys have done that fit the season. And that's really cool too. When I'm just looking for ideas, when I used to meet with brides, I'm old and I used to buy magazines. Isn't that cute? But yeah, it's nice to have a page of resources. So, okay.
She does warn you may spend your whole paycheck.
Yeah, sorry, honey. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so they're filled in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck them in the fridge for a couple minutes. Check it in the freezer, and that way it'll come out faster. The nice thing about these is it's more flexible than chocolate. You see that my 5 broke on here. And so if you're using a flexible mold, and you're dealing with some really delicate stuff, definitely use chocolate paste instead of candy coating or chocolate. It's awesome stuff. And it tastes like Tootsie Rolls. It's amazing. So, now I gotta wash my hands because I just touched my mouth. Be right back. Can I go downstairs? Gonna go downstairs. That was not a good one. Alright. Hold on. I'll be back. I'm washing my hands.
Hear the water running.
Jenna, sing something.
I thought he was singing.
Hold music.
What'd you say?
Do some hold music.
Hole?
Hold. Elevator music.
All that comes into my head are children's songs. Well, we can read Mel's comment
Please
again. She said she
come in and say hi.
Yeah.
Jenna, can I use the restroom?
You have 3 minutes, Teeks. Go.
Come over, Teeks. Say hi. This is Teeks.
Hi, everybody. Once again, you're in good hands.
He keeps stuff going back there while we're dinking around up here. Keep trying to get him to do a live. He won't do it. Won't do it. He's too shy.
Mel said she ordered. I hope I'm not butchering your name, by the way. Sorry. It's hard to read people's Instagram names. But she said she loves everything on our site. She bought $150 worth of the edible transfer sheets.
Oh, the transfer
She said,
sheet.
Lordy, my husband banned me, but it's okay. I'll be back soon.
You know what? Hey, if you want, just send us a little note after you order. And I think a bunch of you guys know this. We recycle boxes because I'm a super hippie. And so if you send us a note afterwards saying, hey, husband is kind of over my spending on this, we'll put it in a Chewy box. Or
we have a lot of Amazon boxes. Or
we'll write feminine products or something to scare them away.
And then Juju Bakes was wondering about a Memorial Day sale. Do you want to tell her about it?
Yes, our Memorial Day sale started yesterday. It goes through Memorial Day, and it is site-wide. So the minimum discount is 10% off everything on the site. And then we have some things are 20%, some things are 27%. I don't know why that sticks in my head. And we do have some things that are 40% off. So this is the time to shop, because there are some things like our pasta rollers and stuff that we don't have much margin on, that normally we don't put on sale because there's just not enough money in it. But when we do the site wide, so this is get your big ticket items. This is the time to do it. And get your small ticket items too. Get the ticket items. Okay. You want to grab that? Let's see if it's set up enough. And I'm gonna grab a paper towel and wipe off my spot here. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna be gold today. That's okay. It's okay. It's a golden wedding anniversary. Okay. So let's see how this baby comes out. So best way to do it is just kind of flex this, and it comes out by itself. And then where's my little bee thing? These are great molds. I love these. I use these for everything. So let's see. Can you see how shiny So it gets shiny all by itself because of that. And the other nice thing about this is, using the chocolate paste, is that it, let's see if I can do one. Is that it flexes, so if it doesn't fit the exact shape that I want, I can bend it and move it because it's not brittle like chocolate. And so when I'm gonna put it on this, I can make it fit exactly how I want it to. So where's my glue? Got my glue. Got my glue paintbrush. And we're just gonna brush the back of this a little bit.
Looks like Cooking Goddess Ash has a question.
Great name, Cooking Goddess.
Ask away. I like molding chocolate better than fondant, and it tastes better. Mel knows what's up.
Yeah, you know the score. So see, now I can just like stretch this out. So it wasn't like totally the right thing, so I just opened it up a little bit. And we got that. And you see how shiny that is and wonderful? I love that. I love our shiny as hell. It makes me happy. Okay, so just put a little more glue on here. We do the same thing on this side. So we're just gonna stretch it out a little bit so that it looks roughly the same. Got it. Okay. Up a little, down a little, all set. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of fun. And I'm gonna attach the 50, and then we'll airbrush it quick. And then we're gonna let this set up and dry. While we get the body of the cake done.
Cooking Goddess's question is, how did you come up with your name? Because you don't seem evil to me, you seem very nice.
She doesn't know me very well.
Been working for her for 15 years.
Okay, so this is kind of a cute story. So, my God, you weren't even around yet, were you, Jenna? Jenna's worked for me forever.
No.
Yeah.
I was 16 years this
The,
year.
I was getting business cards made. And I'm not a pastry chef. Like, I'm self-taught. And so I can't call myself a pastry chef. And people call me the cake lady, but then I felt like I should be, wearing a ruffled apron. And so I was asking my employees at the time what my business card should say, and we couldn't figure it out, and we had some suggestions, some that I can't say on a live. And then Ruthie came up with, she's like, well, you're the evil cake genius. And it was like, yeah, I kind of am. And so that's where it started. That was Ruthie's idea. And it kind of was more like a mad scientist kind of take on it. Not necessarily the evil thing, but then that was like so fun to play with the horns and all that stuff. So yes, no, I'm not actually evil. Sorry to disappoint you that we're tuning in and expecting to see my horns, but it's stuck with us, and it's been kind of fun. It lets us play with names too, like our little cake, our little dummy cake impaler. We call it Chad the Impaler, and stuff. Anyway, so this is the deal. So I've just attached my little chocolate to that, and now we're just gonna airbrush the whole thing real quick, because our ECG gold our ECG airbrush colors work on chocolate as well as fondant and buttercream and all that. So I can just do all of this. It's a mixture of chocolate paste, and fondant, and it's all gonna airbrush just beautifully with this. So hopefully, let's see how it does on edible glue, because I got a little glob of edible glue. Do you think the airbrush works on edible glue?
Yeah, I bet it does.
We'll find out. So this is another thing with the ECG airbrush. Like, I just shook it up a bunch. Doesn't matter. It's not ready. You need to go down in here with paintbrush and get all the chunks down here on the bottom. There's pigment in this, which is like so cool because it makes it so it's opaque. These are such great airbrush colors. I love them. They have true colors. They're not like super dark. You can airbrush over dark colors and it stays true. But see that glob? Glob glob cam. So you just gotta stir it until the glob goes away. And then
People
it's
love
ready.
the story.
Oh, yeah.
Also wondered if Ruthie got compensated for the name.
Yeah, that's a good point. She should have trademarked that. It's funny. It's funny. Yeah. Well, the bakery that we had was Gateaux, Gateaux. And if you want to see some of our cakes, go to gateaux-inc.com, and you can see some of the stuff that we did when I was bakery, instead of when I was the Evil Cake Genius. But we did a blog there, and I always wrote the blog as Evil Cake Genius because that's what my business card said. And then when we opened up this, I wanted to call it, to sell the stuff, I wanted to call it Shop Gateaux. And husband was like, nobody can spell that. Nobody can remember that. Nobody can pronounce that. And so we decided to go with my moniker instead. He was right. This is way more fun than Gateaux.
This is something we've done a lot. The Jamie Cakes 11 says she needs to make pink icing the color of your jacket. Lipstick pink. Because do you sell any food colors that would make that color?
I do. This is weird. This is very weird. It's the candy color, isn't it? Or is it the airbrush? It's candy.
Candy.
Okay.
Well, it depends on what you're doing. If it's royal icing, we did the airbrush color.
Yes, the airbrush works in royal, but if you're doing it in buttercream
or fondant.
or chocolate or fondant, our candy color, the pink candy color that we carry, insanely vibrant, incredible. It's so hard to get. It's so hard to get fondant and buttercream to have this bright color. So that is what you want.
And occasionally, depending on what you're matching, a touch of sky blue.
Yes. If it needs to be, yes, it'll get you like super crazy, like vibrant. But if you want a little more magenta like this, then yes, Jenna's right. We added literally like
a toothpick,
not even a full drop of sky blue will like magenta it up real quick. But that's fun.
Also, hubby was right with the being able to spell the name.
Yeah.
It's for you, Brian.
It's a bad gig. It was bad. Nobody could pronounce it. It was bad.
Annalise threw a link to Gateau's website.
Oh,
in there,
fun! Yeah,
and
check it out. And check out the blog on Gateaux. We've got some good stories, like some good cake delivery disaster stories and stuff.
She also threw in the landing page for the pink candy color makes fondant bright pink.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so we're just gonna. It's not gonna take much of this. Just gonna give this a quick airbrush. This is my Pache. I said it again. Oh, and it's during the sale. If you've been thinking about investing in one of these Pro Pache airbrushes, this is the time. They're on sale, 10% off. And this is the beginner complete set. I am still a beginner. This is what I like. I like this one better than all the others, because the pen has less control, which is better for me, because I want to be able to control it with this thing instead of like pulling this back, and so it just makes I'm more comfortable with this one, and it's more of the foolproof, and I love it. But
especially
if
when you're doing all of them.
Right, for broad areas, this is absolutely what you need. But you can twist this down and get really tight. The bottom line is, once you get the Pache system, you can do different heads very affordably. But this one I love. So okay, let's see. I'm gonna open it up a little more. Alright, so we're just gonna gold this up.
The link to the Pache is in there.
Okay, thank you, Annalise.
On top of her game today.
She is. Link girl. Speaking of Link, did you hear there's a new Zelda out?
Of course.
Do you have any Zelda fans, or any of you guys video gamers? Oh shit. Your husband knew,
yes,
right?
He knew. He's the one that told me.
Yeah. Pretty excited about that.
Well, I think maybe Annalise's kids, they've been playing.
Oh, have they?
Mm-hmm. But they're like the only, I think because they're kids, they're the only ones that call it Link.
Oh, cute. Yeah. Oh my god, I've played that stuff for years. Since they were really crappy. Okay, so this is...
Cooking Goddess Ash says, me! With a bunch of exclamations.
Oh yeah! Don't you love it? Dude, I started playing Zelda like second year at college or something. When they first started, and you know, and you were like, oh my god, I can't. It's not that I just can go left and right. I can go forward and back. Now, it's
Like,
amazing.
Pixelated
Yes.
little bushes you have to
Yes,
go
and now
through.
the last one that they came out with, what year was that?
Oof.
It was the year I had cancer. This is a cute story. Okay. And I
6
promise
years
you-
ago?
Yeah, 6
7?
years ago. I think the new one came out. My nephew, who is just my heart, he found out that I had breast cancer, and he knew I was going to be like recovering at home for a while from all the surgeries and stuff. And he was in college, so he was dirt poor in college in Iowa, and he talked to his mom, and he said, I'm buying her a Nintendo Switch because the new Zelda's coming out, and she's gonna have a lot of downtime recovering. And so my sweet, amazing David sent me from Iowa, when he was dirt poor, a Nintendo Switch, and Brian and I played Zelda like incessantly. That's all we did when I was recovering from my mastectomy surgery. We played Zelda and we watched Say Yes to the Dress. It was awesome. It was like a vacay. Okay, so we're gonna let this set up and dry now. And we're gonna do the rest of this. Okay, so we'll set that over there, and let's get on to the meat of this, guys. Let's make a cake. Okay, you want to grab the cake, Miss J? So we have panels. I'm gonna grab my panels. These are the big ones. Pretty. And if you missed it yesterday, it's there now. It's up. You can watch the live. And then we're just throwing on a gold board. And this is buttercream. Cake was frosted with buttercream. This is more buttercream. And we're just gonna size the panels. So the front of the cake is gonna be this. So I want this to not have a seam here. So we're gonna start with the side panels because it doesn't matter if there's a seam there. I'm gonna see if I can do this semi-backwards for you guys. It'll be interesting. So I let my fondant, rolled it out, imprinted it, painted it, and we've let it dry overnight. So that it has a little body. It's still soft, but it's going to be able to stand up. You see how much taller than the cake it is? So now that it can hold that. It can hold that and stay up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark, pull this over to the edge, and take it from me for a second. I like this side better, so I want this lining up with the edge of the cake. And then I'm just going to use
the cooking goddess just said she's happy that everything went well with your breast cancer surgery.
Oh,
because
thank you.
So that we could be here watching you make your amazing cake.
Aw, thank you. That's super fun. I gotta tell you, I had rotator cuff surgery the year before, and that was worse. It was horrible. But the captain took amazingly good care of me. He always does.
She's good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was out of the hospital I was back home in 24 hours.
That's insane.
Uh-huh. I just wanted to be with my dogs and my husband.
That makes sense though.
And it was. I was just like, get me out of here. I want nothing to do with this. Okay, so let's see. Ooh. Okay, so I just made a little mark here with my X-Acto, so we know where we're gonna cut that. And then I'm gonna grab this, which clearly has been well used. It's been through the dishwasher a few times, so that we have a nice straight edge too. So I'm gonna cut here with my X-Acto. And make sure it fits again. Yeah, that fits just fine. Okay.
I know you mentioned it before, but the live from yesterday that shows the wood grain tutorial and making the panels
Yes.
and the champagne bottles
Yes.
is on our Instagram.
It's already up on our Instagram. It's not on Facebook yet because I don't want the people who we did the cake for to see it yet. But it will be on Facebook then. And when it is on Facebook, hi Kathy, this is your cake. Okay, so instead of edible glue's great for tons and tons of things. For this, I want a little tooth to it. I want to like mush. So this is just buttercream. So the same buttercream that I frosted the cake with, and I'm just gonna give it a little there. We used to make smiley faces and hearts and write messages to the couples when we were doing their cakes in there. It's kind of fun. Where'd my knife go? Okay. This out of here. And then we're just gonna kind of like rough it up a little bit. So patch it up. So it's nice to have this cake I frosted yesterday, and so it's been setting up overnight. So the buttercream is super hard, which is nice because then I won't misshape this when I'm doing it. So then I just put this like that. Make sure we're centered. Get that buttercream off the bottom. We'll have to clean up the buttercream for it later. And then fondant smoother. And just kind of like mush it on there. Okay, so one panel done. Whoops, our vodka's. Okay, other one I have the size still. Let's see. The nice thing about this is I wanted it to be taller so I don't have to trim the top. But if you want it to be like a perfectly, a square, like, box that's level, then at this point I would trim the top too. But I want this to be deep because we're going to put a champagne bottle in it. So again, I'm going to push this over to the edge. See, it's flush there. And I'm going to mark right along the cake here. Out. Jenna was the queen of paneling. I made her panel all the cakes. She could miter the corners too, like so it's like perfect, and she's mental. You're mental.
That was kind of fun.
It's very scientific, isn't it? Don't you feel like kind of like a
Yeah,
like a carpenter?
Yeah, but I don't do anything else in my life. Carpentry, but for some reason that was kind of fun.
Yeah. Amusing. Okay. So.
Get a
Test it
perfect
again.
little box.
Test her again. Okay, yep, she fits. She fits. Check this up here. And so this is kind of funny. Okay, so like I'm an avid gardener. I'm a totally crappy gardener. Super bad at this. And in Minnesota, you don't have time to garden because you get summer for about 35 seconds. Anyway, but I got Jenna hooked because see, I have this really shady lot. We were just talking about buckthorn. Anyway, I have a super shady lot. And I've never been able to have enough sun to do dahlias, but I'm obsessed with those flowers. Danny, you guys grow dahlias? Give a little flower if you do. Anyway, but Jenna moved into a new house. Well, how many years ago? 3? 3 years ago, and it's like full sun. So I start the dahlias in my living room for her because I've got a nice sunny living room, and then I give them to her, and she. How many do you have this year?
20.
Just 20 dahlias. I have 16, but
Okay.
none of mine. I'll seriously, like last year I planted 15 and I got 3 flowers. It's so sad.
I think I planted 8 or 7 last year, maybe.
Yeah. How many did you get? She got one that was like.
Yeah, that was cool.
That watermelon one and the Colorado Classic. Oh, God. If you have a sunny lot, please, for the sake of me, go plant some dahlias. Damn, they are beautiful.
See, somebody from Montana and someone from Chicago is
Are they flowering?
They said the same for the Chicago, their weather. They're
Yeah.
agreeing with your weather thing.
Yeah, it's so sad.
And also, Miss Mona 16, yes, we do sell that green craft knife. I think we might be out of the green one.
Oh, yeah, the craft knife.
But Annalise did link, if you scroll
Yeah.
up a little bit, the
There's more on the way. We're getting them.
sexy colored craft knife.
Yes, they're called Sexy Colored Craft Knife. And they come in 6. Well, they come in 6 colors. They come in 5 sexy colors and silver. This is Jenna's. This is Jenna's
I
green
like
one.
green.
She likes green.
Oh, yeah, us too, Zeddy36. We just got rid of the snow.
Yeah.
And then Juju Bake says she knows some avid dahlia lovers that grow hundreds of them.
Oh my God. I have a neighbor, Joni, she's like 75 years old and she plants over 100 in her backyard every year. And I finally decided, you know what, I'm not doing it anymore. And last year she showed up in June and was like, I heard you gave up on dahlias, and she had a wagon.
Some
Can't they go to a 75-year-old with a wagon? Megan?
Those are the ones I grew, right?
Yes, because I didn't have enough space, so I gave some of them to Jenna, and Jenna's did beautifully. But yeah, Joni she cracks me up. Yeah, once you're hooked on those, man, it's hard. You can't. Yeah. Okay, so then same thing. So see this one? I'm gonna line it up with where I want it over here.
Ooh, Melmel's got citrus trees and banana trees.
Oh.
And then Juju Bakes is gonna plant 12 of them. So good luck with your dahlias.
Okay, you have to send pictures, please. Because ours will bloom this is the sad thing. So I plant mine early in my living room, and then I plant them outdoors like they're supposed to be, and then usually in mid-October when it's starting to threaten to frost, I dig them up and put them in pots and bring them back into my living room because they're this tall and they haven't gotten a flower yet. So I will bring those damn things into my living room, and until mid-November I will have gangly outdoor flower pots sitting in the middle of my living room, but I get them to bloom. It's very important. So yeah, any of you guys have dahlia pictures? I want. Okay, so let's see.
All right, Annalise sent Juju Bakes our email.
Oh, she did.
So she
Good.
can,
Good. Yeah. Oh God, they're magical. They're just.
They're so different. They're fun.
I know. They're so pretty. I love them all. I love the big ones. I love the just love them. The little pom-pom ones are perfect little circles. I love them.
I like the ones that look like they belong underwater.
Yes. There are a bunch of them that look like sea anemones.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. You guys know this, right? That when Jenna and I, when we had the bakery, it's that's all you do. I mean, we knew, Brian knew, my husband, knew that whatever I knew, Jenna knew.
What else are you gonna do?
And Aaron, and yeah, because it's you're sitting there all day. I mean, you gotta talk. Yeah. There are no secrets in bakeries. You guys know that. And no dress code. Certainly no swear jar.
Oh yeah, and Annalise is planting the 4 that I didn't have room for.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah,
So
so
we're
yeah.
dragging
that's
more
right.
people into this.
I forgot. Yeah, Annalise who's commenting.
Dahlia life.
She's I forgot. So I gave Jenna all the ones I couldn't plant, and then Jenna gave Annalise the ones that she couldn't plant.
Early 20s Melanie.
I'm like a drug dealer.
Ooh, Juju said she's gonna learn how to make them out of gum paste. Sorry, I've shortened her to Juju. We did that once. That one's on the blog, right?
Oh my
That's on the
God.
site
Okay.
for sure.
If you have 5 minutes, 5-minute read. Read about go to the Gatto-Inc.com that Annalise posted in the comments below. It's Gatto-Inc. with Gatto with an X, GATTEAUX-Inc.com. Go to the blog and search Clyde. There is an absolute cake disaster about a dahlia, and
Giant.
oh, it's a good story. It's a good story. But yeah, we've had some adventures in our time. Okay, so see, this is lined up now. Happy? Oh, I forgot to do the nail marks.
You
Can
can
do it on here? I can do it
Yeah.
on here, okay.
Be careful when you push it.
Okay.
Do the next one.
I'll do the next
First,
one. Yeah.
and then
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we got too busy talking about.
Oh,
flowers.
Annalise threw up the link to Clyde.
Oh, awesome! Yeah. Oh my God, that's such a story.
And I'm growing a Clyde this year.
That's true. Jenna's growing that very dahlia this year. I forgot about that. I couldn't because it just brought back all these terrifying memories of. Ugh.
I wasn't on that delivery, so.
That was horrible. Okay, so now you see there's a tiny little bit of white there. Can you guys pick? Yeah, that picks up.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna do the same thing that we painted the wood with. Ivory gel color, thinned down with vodka. And we're gonna touch that up, but I'll do that all at once at the end, but we gotta touch up those white spots. And also, on the next one, I will show you how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make nails too, because it's great to have no nails.
While you're measuring that one, Betty36 was wondering about airbrushing full color on her Easy Buttercream. So she usually tints her buttercream but wanted to save time, and then the plan would be to cover the airbrushed cake with our edible ribbon. But she was just worried about the colors running into the ribbon, which I don't know if we've ever airbrushed a full buttercream cake.
I have not done it. Okay, guys, let's put this out.
Mel says yes, you can.
Good. So you guys have airbrushed. So what kind of buttercream is it? She said easy. So is that just like the American buttercream?
I would imagine.
Okay. So you guys has anyone done that? One person said yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I don't think it would be. I can't imagine. What I would do is I'd test it real quick. Just do it on a dummy, like just a little tiny bit of buttercream of the same buttercream on the dummy. Airbrush it. Put the ribbon on it after it's dry, and store it however you're going to store it. So chuck it in the fridge if you're going to stick it in the fridge, and test it. I know that our ribbon holds up very nicely in the fridge, but I just don't know about that. You know, to me, I tested everything, even if I was 90% sure that it was going to be fine, because I don't want to show up to a cake disaster. But yeah, it seems like you should be able to airbrush the whole cake. It's just not going to be as solidly, It might have a little more patina, right? Because it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never been able to airbrush and not have
show
it
bubbles and stuff, kind of.
Well, I think maybe just it's not going to be it's going to be more ombre or watercolory, which is pretty.
Okay, it's the Easy Buttercream made by Liz Merrick, or the Mock Swiss Meringue.
Okay. Yeah, test it. You should be able to. I mean, I know that. Even grocery stores, they airbrush on even.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It should
I've done that.
totally work. Yeah. But test it. Don't give me a heart attack. People. Ugh. No, there's nothing worse. You show up, you think the cake's done, and then it revolts on you. Okay.
So things you can't prepare for.
I know.
Or would never have thought.
I know.
guess.
I hate it. Okay, so this one's sized, and this is, I'm going to do the other one on the cake because I forgot to do it because I was busy talking about flowers and other stuff. So I want to put little nail marks on here so it looks like it's, a real crate, because that's cool. Jenna, where did we put that tip? Here it is. I got it.
I'll pan to the left
Okay.
with the camera and everyone can see what the next to you looks like.
Let's take that, and we're just going to imprint it. It's these tiny, itty bitty little details that make all the difference. So they're imprinted now. Can you guys see that? Is that showing? Sort of, kind of.
You can't tell.
Kind of, sort of, almost, kind of. Yeah, there, that one on top left is showing a little. Okay. So this makes it look like a nail head.
Yeah,
and
you can see.
we're gonna paint it. This is our incredible paint. Incredible. You're so clever. Okay. We'll never let a pun go past us in this place. Okay. Let's see. Wait.
I would paint it after you put it on.
Oh yeah, that's smart. Good. So then you can get the lid off of that thing. It's
Only because you don't want to
like
smear
trying
it.
to bust into Fort Knox, just getting the lid off that paint.
Plus, that's the fun part of the little details that just seal it all up. You gotta paint the side.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. Now you guys know how to panel. Look at that. Put a little bit of this junk on here. This is my buttercream recipe, which is also on our site somewhere. I don't even know where. This is American buttercream, but I use pure butter. And since this one, I don't use any of that shortening stuff. I'm not a fan. And since this one is not, the buttercream's not gonna be visible, I don't use any Wickedly White in it. But if it's gonna be visible, then I use Wickedly White, which makes the buttercream snow white and beautiful. It even makes it color better because you get that base. It's not translucent anymore.
You're not fighting the yellow either.
Yeah. Don't have to fight that.
Or think about it at all.
So again, this goes on here. Okay. And we put our little panel on here. Okay. Come this way so I can see what I'm doing for a second. Okay. Get that up there. Find it smoother. cool? I gotta zhuzh it this way a little bit. Zhuzh. I just zhuzhed the whole cake. Okay, no more zhuzhing. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna shove the cake back to where it comes. It was on grippy. I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to lift this later and put it on grippy. Better grippy.
Yeah.
Before we go driving around. Okay. So you guys can see there's white spots. I'm gonna pull this out.
I can take it.
Yeah. There. Okay. So there's white spots that we need to paint. And then this side, I'm gonna make my little nail marks on this side too. So I'm just imprinting this with a plain pastry tip so it looks like little countersunk heads. It's really cute. And then we're gonna paint those. Okay, so now we paint. Okay. Sweet, so box. Okay, boring part's done. This to paint our little white edges and to paint the inside, because that would be a giveaway. Like, here's your neat not wood cake. I forgot about that. Paint the insides too.
I was just thinking about that actually.
Can you find me a slightly bigger paintbrush? Not like peewee size, but.
No, I got one.
Okay, so we're just thin this down with a little bit of vodka again. This is Ivory Food Color. And what I usually do is I fill a couple of holes with little reservoirs here so that I can determine, I can mix in and out and determine what color I want. So I'll use this one just to stir. There we go. Okay. So see, that's a little too dark. There we go. Just mix it up. I'm just gonna touch up these edges quick. Not with that.
Is that too big?
Yeah. No, this is perfect. This one's perfect. So we touch up edges. No more white. It doesn't matter if it hits the doesn't matter if it hits the cake really. It just, yeah, I got a little on there, I just brush it back out and it kind of blends. It's kind of like, it acts like stain because it's because it's transparent. So that makes sense. And I said it yesterday, if you don't want...
Shove it in a little. Well, you're okay. It's
Oh,
the part you're working on, but.
Thank you. Thank you, Jenna. If you don't want this to be shiny, because this wood grain is very shiny and cool. It looks like hardwood. You can brush the whole thing with a tiny bit of cornstarch. But I like it. I think it looks more realistic. So then we're gonna, okay. What's that? Paint. I can't see what I'm doing, so hopefully it's doing something.
It's going on there.
Yeah. I just need a little more. Here, I'll come around. You don't need to look at me.
It's true.
Nobody needs to see this. Okay. Get a glob on there. Alright. There we go. Got the edges. Does not have to be tidy. It's wood. Okay. Sweet. And see, this is where I dinged it up a little bit, and that's cool, man. Like, that's good. Like, this stuff's supposed to be imperfect. That's, like, free yourself, kids. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Okay, I'll give you a second to mute. Okay, now the rest of the people that can't stand my singing have been muted. There. All right.
See, I think you should just sing when you keep telling me to sing.
I know. It's bad. It's not good. It's not good. Jenna knows if you put on Ray Charles, I can't not sing. Ray Charles
That's just-
and Alanis Morissette. I to sing along with those two. And it's not pretty. There's a reason I'm the evil cake genius, not the evil singing genius. Okay, so we got these guys all ready to roll. Lovely. This will all dry in nicely. And we're ready to go. So all I have left to do is we're gonna paint the little nails with my ECG Incredible Paint Silver. And then we're gonna just plop the champagne bucket on, and I got one more cool trick.
Yeah.
But we are almost done, so you don't have to listen to me yapping too much longer. Okay, so this is our ECG. Again, this is just like our airbrush paints. It's pigment. So I gotta get down here in the bottom to stir all that. See that? Glob?
That's a glob.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do.
Cooking Goddess said it was very 70s. I liked your singing.
Thank
Smiley faces. And exclamation points.
you. I could Donna Summer this stuff. I like it. Maybe we'll start doing sing-offs during this. Okay, so there. And I'm sorry I can't do, well, I can do it. Watch. Okay, how are we lined up, Jenna?
Let's see. If you do the left one, you should be good.
Okay. I'm just gonna paint in. Look at that sparkle. Ooh, and that little indent gives you like this perfect. Can you see this one or not?
It's
delayed, so you don't know. Hold on. Here.
But yeah, I can see where you're.
Okay. Pour a little bit of this in my paint tray. Alright. But the indent that I have there makes it helps, this just kind of fills in. It gives you a line to cover, which is nice because I don't trust myself. Cute. Look at those little nails. Adorable. Mega cute. Okay. Can you no. Okay. This thing's mirrored, by the way. I'm not just that bad with spatial relations. I'm pretty bad, though. Okay.
Mumbling sounded like Cartman.
Oh no, sad. Okay. Okay, this one. Yep, I got our cute little nails. So rustic. Okay. Super cute. I actually, it's a true story. I did one of these for, I think it was like a 50th birthday party or something, and the caterer asked me if they should take the nails out before. Do you remember that? Like, should we take the nails out before we cut it? I'm like, yeah, sure. I wonder what they had lined up for cutting through the wood. A chainsaw or something. Okay.
I mean, people were usually afraid to cut our cakes, but
Sure.
Not
like that.
I can only imagine what was going through their heads.
Okay.
She's probably processing it, going, okay, so I take the nails out, and then the wood just falls off?
Okay, so we're gonna add the champagne bottle that we made yesterday. I made two just in case because I already had enough chocolate. So this one's, we're just gonna save it because chocolate is good for what, like 8 years? So next time I need a champagne bottle, I've got a half-seat. I'm gonna just set this. So this is the champagne bottle that we made yesterday. It's just a half-seat. It's made with our 3-part champagne bottle mold. And then that is our champagne label printed icing sheet. And this is a combination of gold leaf sheet and the Sprinks edible gold leaf flakes, which you could probably do the whole thing with the flakes now that I'm looking back on it. Because the sheets, the gold leaf transfer sheets are made for like a flat surface, so if you're doing it on a cake, but with all this stuff, it just was kind of, I mean, it's still covered, but it wasn't as slick as it should have been. Okay, so then this goes in here. I'm going to just prop it up a tiny bit and glue it down just for transport purposes.
That's perfect, because then with the stuff you're putting around it will go up on that too.
Yes, that will hide this. So yeah, we got.
Scoop away.
There we go.
Add a little extra buttercream.
Okay, so that should hold her in. And then, okay, this is the coolest thing. So we used to do fondant and cut strips and make it look like that, that kind of like crinkly paper.
Sometimes we'd roll through the clay gun.
Yeah, oh god, we do the clay gun. Yes, so this is kind of fun. So I think a lot of you know about our new edible ribbon, which is Amazeballs. Comes in gold, comes in black, comes in red, comes in everything. So this is it. And they're huge spools. It's 26 feet. So it's an amazing bargain. I love this stuff. And you can see if I can, it's like shiny, so pretty. I have this one, which is, I have the colors in metallic, but I also have, hey Jenna, grab one of the glitter ones. The glitter ones, if you haven't seen these are so cool. I can't believe this stuff is edible. I'm always amazed. There. This is the glitter. This stuff is edible. Like, come on, man. That is the coolest stuff ever. And it does really nice things. Like, it's not brittle. I can twist it and turn it and stuff. But at the same time, like, it holds its shape pretty nicely. So, like, if I want to make little curly cues for a cake or something, that I can, like, and it, like, holds. It's like, it doesn't just flop down like fondant. I love this stuff. Anyway, have a curly cue.
Thank you.
Anyway, so today we're going to push it a little bit more. Because I was like, that was always a big thing, was making all the stuff that looks like crinkly for these great cakes. And so, somebody out there, maybe it's even somebody that's watching, did a video where she was doing fringe out of wafer paper. And this herb scissors is what she used. Brilliant. So we carry these now. They're herb scissors. And they are amazing for fringing stuff. But it also works really well for cutting said ribbon. So I'm going to try and do this. So you just cut through. I'm not going to do it right in there because I'm going to see your face too. So get out of here. Okay. So I'm just cutting at an angle so I have slightly longer pieces. And this is a super fast, super easy way. And I can just cover over here. I'm doing a little bit. Going a little bit too sharp for an angle. There we go. So it's a really fast way to do this. And I didn't have to make this. I didn't have to color it. I didn't have to do anything. I just got it off the spool. So you guys get the gist, right? This, and then I want it to look like, that shreddy paper that you get like in gift bags and stuff. So we're just gonna. I have clean hands. I just watched them. Rewind, critics. Anyway, so I just taken these and I'm just brutalizing these. Because I want them to look like those paper shreds that you get in the gift bags that go all over and you can't really vacuum and you find them for like 6 months afterwards. So
But you can eat these ones.
But these you can eat. So then they come out. And I love that this one's two-tone. So the solid colors are solid, but see, it looks just like the shreddy paper. So I got a whole thing of it. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? So we're gonna just use this. And the person who was the one that had the longest anniversary date, our 48 years lady. Sweet
Shop something.
Sweet shop, sweet
Home shop. I'll find her.
Okay, Jenna's gonna find you. I'm sending you my herb scissors as an anniversary gift.
So DM Evil Cake Genius.
Yes, DM us with your mailing address. And we're gonna mail these out to you because you're awesome. They're pretty neat. I personally, I don't use them for herbs because like I have a knife. But for cake things, because they are perfectly spaced, this is an absolute essential. I use this for all sorts of cool things. We had to do a hula skirt. I did it with that. Anyway, so this is our now gold and white shreddy gift packaging. And we're just gonna sprinkle it around. It's super cute. We're gonna confetti it around our cake here. And those spools, there's enough ribbon in there. I've done a lot of stuff with that spool of ribbon, and I still have enough to do this. And it still has ribbon on it. So those spools, 26 feet, goes a very, very long way. This is so cute. Okay. Okay. Now Kathy and Steve can have their anniversary party. Yeah, that's super cute. Okay. Just gonna tip it up. I'm not gonna tip it too much because remember it just falling. Isn't that so cute?
Beautiful.
Squee, squee.
So good.
Last thing, we're just gonna attach this. Hopefully it's dry. That 50. Yeah. I hope it's dry. It's not. That's our 50. We're gonna put on the front. Oh yeah, that's dry. Our airbrush color dries super, super, super fast, but it's a little damp in here today, so I want to make sure. Okay, so glue, 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 and painty brush.
You must love it and beautiful.
Isn't it just? It's a fab cake. It's not that hard to make, but it's one of those that really makes you. It looks more complicated than it is, which is my favorite kind of cake because then you just sit there and bask in all the credit. Okay.
Yes, Miss Mona 16. We do sell the bottle mold.
Yes.
There's a live that we did yesterday that's posted on our Instagram if you want to watch it in process.
Yes. That champagne bottle mold, it's one of our 3-part chocolate molds. It comes in champagne. It also comes in beer bottle. I did that one for Father's Day. A little Father's Day goodie, which is kind of cute too. Okay, so we're just brushing the back with some edible glue. And I'll pop it on here.
Annalise just linked it in there.
Thank you, Annalise. And we'll pop this on here. Oh, we are ready. We're ready to party. There we go, kids. We are ready to party. That's kind of fun. I like it. I like it. I think they'll be happy.
Oh, of course they will.
Yeah. She swung by yesterday with some Lily of the Valley because I love them and I can't have them because they're poisonous. And she rang my doorbell and I was working on their cake and I was like, I'm not doing anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Working hard.
You can't come in though. Awesome.
Please leave.
That's our live for today. We will be back. This is really exciting, guys. Next Wednesday at noon, we are going to be live with Melanie from Killer Zebras. So first of all, talk about a cool name. That we got to find out all about. And she's going to be demoing some of her. We are getting in. I'm loading them on the site right now. A bunch of her 3-part stencils for cookies, and they're amazing. So she's going to demo some 3-part cookie stenciling for us next Wednesday at noon. Even if you're not a cookie person, it's worth tuning in because I use those for on gum paste and use them as cake toppers. And they're intricate and they're beautiful and they're absolutely amazing and they're just like magic. So tune in. See you next week. Be good. Go spend some time in the garden.
Shop our Memorial Day sale.
And shop our Memorial Day sale. Pull up a chair in your garden and browse our site because there's such cool stuff on there.
Get all the good deals.
Yeah, if you're one of those that comes in and buys your Royal and leaves, knock it off. Spend some time because there's some really cool stuff. I've curated some excellent products for you guys. Okay, we will see you all next week. Until then, have a nice holiday weekend, and that's it. See you, friends.